And it is, I think. Okay, brilliant. So, right, let's do a couple more. So, please can you write down starter? So, well, the title's going to be speed, distance, and time. But can you please begin with the starter questions? I'm just making a couple of harder ones for you on changing between units, metric and imperial. There we go. So we've got some metric and imperial conversions as well. And I just realized I'm not sharing my screen, so you can't see. And there we go. So I'll share it now. Okay, so can you please get the title down, speed, distance, time? And then can you please begin the starter questions on the board? So 2,000 meters to kilometers, you've got some time to change, you've got some masses to change, capacities to change, and then you've got some metric and imperial units to change. I'll give us about 5 or 6 minutes on these, so please begin the starter questions now. Okay, so can you please raise your hand if you're happy to begin the starter? So you've got all your equipment, you've got pen, pencil, whatever you need. Got your book. Okay, lovely. Don't worry if these are hard, some of them might be quite tricky. And you can use a calculator as well, you can use a calculator for these. Yeah, ratio summary. Ah, no. Computer, come on. No, my apologies about that. My internet just cut out then. That's okay, Tom. We don't need a sheet today because I've made it into a Microsoft form. So when we get to the sheet, I'll just tell you where to go to get the form. That'll be easier for you. And let me see. So please, can you write the title down, Tom? Speed, distance, time, and then can you begin the starter questions, please? Okay. Okay, another 3 minutes or so. Just keep working on these. Let me know if you're stuck. Need to delete some old homeworks of yours. Fractions. Yeah, don't forget, if you haven't done it already, there is the ratio homework on Maths Watch due tomorrow. So, have a look now, classes. Right, so I think most of you have done it. Right, Joe Collier, you've got to do it. Ella, you've got to do it. Noah, Nathan. Yeah, the ratio summary homework. It does need to be done by tomorrow. Jake's got to do it, Harry. There's a lot of people that have got to do it, actually. So well done to those of you that have done it. But I'll just remind you now. Let me actually check that, because I thought, yeah. Let me check that now. It could be that I set it as an intervention. That's the problem. And then I can't see it. I don't know why I would have done that. No, ratio summary. It says that, yeah, it says you've got to do it. Ratio summary. Right, I'll tell you what, Ella, I'll sign in as you, and I'll see what you can see. And then... No, it's okay. I mean, trying to log in as you. Your username doesn't seem to be the same as other people's. I'll log in as Ethan. Yeah, it's ratio summary homework right at the top. Yeah, so I've just logged in as someone else so it can be seen. And what I'll do, I'll unlock some of the older ones. So if there's any unfinished ones, you can finish those over half term then. Let me find where we are. And then we'll go over the starter. Okay, so if you want any help with it, please let me know. It's not too hard. Just make sure it's done. And the other homeworks as well, I'll unlock those so you can do them over half term. But I will be doing the tracking on the 22nd, so make sure it's all tidied up before then. So first question, if we go over this one, 2,000 meters to kilometers. How would I change 2,000 meters to kilometers? How do I change meters to kilometers generally? Yep, divide by 1,000, excellent. So 2,000 meters, to get it to kilometers, we divide by 1,000, and we're going to have 2 kilometers. Okay, very good. Yep, lovely. So, second one, you've got 1.75 hours. You want to change that into minutes. Now, 0.75 is 3/4. That might help you with this one. $105. So what you can do there is times 1.75 by 60. Okay, to change to minutes, you times by 60. So you can do it with or without a calculator. You get 105. Well done. Thank you, Lewis. So 105 minutes. The reason I was saying 3/4 is because 3/4 of an hour was 45 minutes. And you can think of this as 60 minutes plus 45 minutes, which is 105 minutes. Okay, what about the second one? I've got 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I want to change that to just hours. So 2.3 recurring, very good. Yeah, 2.2 recurring we can say. So let me just make sure my internet is working. And it is not. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so you can say 2.3 recurring, but might be easier. So, because you've done 20 divided by 60, which is a third. So you can either say 2.3 recurring hours, or you can say 2 1/3 hours. I think that's a little bit easier, 2 1/3. Right, 2,000 grams to kilograms. What is 2,000 grams going to be in kilograms? Two kilograms. Thank you, Tom. Brilliant. So I'm just trying to connect my hotspot to the internet. There we go. Yep, so that should be 2 kilograms. And then the second one, 50 grams to milligrams, should be 50,000 milligrams. Fantastic. And then the next one, 5 litres into centilitres. We don't really use centilitres that much. How would I go to centilitres? Times by 100 to get 500. Thank you, Caitlin. That's lovely. 500 centilitres. And then we get to the metric and imperial. Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you both. Metric and imperial. So, right. If I want to change 2 litres into pints, and I give you that 1 litre equals 1.75 pints, what is 2 litres going to be? Yep, brilliant. 3.5 pints. Because to go from litres to pints, to go from 1 to 1.75, we would times by 1.75. So we would have 2 times 1.75, because you're going from 2 litres, which is 3.5 pints. And then, on the other hand, how would I change 5 pints back to litres? Yep, 5 divided by 1.75. To go the other way, pints back to litres, you would divide. Okay, so 500 over 175, that is essentially what it is. And that is going to be 20/7, which, as Tom said, is 2.86. Very good. To 2 decimal places. Very good. 2.86 litres. So roughly 3 litres. Really good. So, what about the next one? Change 50 kilograms into pounds. How do you think we would do that? Well, 50 kilograms to pounds. 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, so we times by 2.2. Very good. So we do 2.2 times 50. So if you double, so 2.2 times 50 is going to be 120. Not that. No, it's not. Sorry, 110. So 110 pounds. And then the other way, to go from pounds back to kilograms, we divide. So we have 660 divided by 2.2, which is, I want to say 300. Yep, 300 exactly, 300 kilograms, okay? Right, and there we go. So that is basically a summary of what we've been doing over the last few lessons. Can I have a show of hands? Can I have hands out if you had at least 2 of those questions correct? Okay, that's it. So obviously you've been paying attention, you've been working hard. I definitely think you have. Did anyone get... So if we look at question 5, so 5, A, B, C, and D, can you put a thumbs up if you had at least 2 of those correct? So at least 2 of question 5. So put a thumbs up if you had 2 of question 5. Because that shows me that you know how to use these conversions, right? You know when to times and when to divide. Okay? Numbers, yeah. Okay, very good. And if you are stuck on anything we've done, please do message me as well. My notifications are off. You can message me privately, that's fine. There we go. Okay, right, so we'll move on now. We're going to combine what we've done with units to work out speed, because speed is what we call a compound unit. So, can someone give me a unit of distance? So it can be metric, imperial. Can someone give me a unit of distance, please? Miles, very good. And can someone, okay, or feet, yeah, feet's another one. And can someone give me a unit of time? Hours, minutes, very good. Hours, minutes, seconds, right. Now, what we're going to do today is combine the left column with the right column. And what we will end up with is called a compound unit, and that compound unit is speed. So if I combine miles and hours, what unit of speed do you think I would get? Imagine now you're riding in the car with your parents, maybe. You get miles per hour. Excellent. Miles per hour. Now, the word per in maths, we're not on about a cat purring. Per means divide. So if you're looking at miles per hour, it is miles divided by hours. Okay? A really common one as well is meters and seconds. If you combine meters and second, you get meters per second. So meters slash second. Meters per second. Okay, so it's really important that we understand where these units come from, because it tells us how we can calculate speed. Yeah, that's exactly why they do kilometers per hour. That is absolutely perfect. Well done, Tom. That is a really, really good observation. Kilometers, hours. You can either write it as kph, kilometers per hour, or you can do km, sorry, kilometers slash h, because it's a divide. Yeah, exactly. Okay, units are really important. They tell us where we get formulas from. So we're going to introduce the formula for speed. And again, you should be thinking now it's distance divided by time, because it's miles divided by hours, kilometers divided by hours, meters divided by seconds. Okay, so speed is equal to distance over time. Now, as Tom rightly said, when we have a slash or an over, the top of a fraction over the bottom of a fraction, we can also think of that as a divide. It's the same thing. Okay. Now, I have formula triangles here. Has anyone seen a formula triangle in science? You might have seen speed, distance, and time in science. Maybe not, that's fine. Yeah, you did speed, SPD. So I think you mean maybe speed, distance, and time, maybe? Yeah, speed, distance, and time. That's exactly what this is. So basically, if I put the triangle up, you've probably seen that triangle. And using that triangle, if I wanted to work out, say, speed, what would I do? What would I cover up if I wanted to find speed? You would do d over t. We'd cover up speeds. And then we have, yeah, thank you, Kate, brilliant. We have, and Tom, we have d over t. Okay, so that's why speed is equal to distance over time. Now the thing is, I want you to understand this. Okay, I want you to understand what's going on. So we know that speed is equal to distance over time. Here we go. How would I work out distance? Let's think about it. Right, if we cover up distance in that formula, what do we have left? So look at what we have left in that formula triangle now. Covered up what we want. ST. We just have speed times time. Okay? And then if you wanted time, so let's say we covered up time, what have we got left? So if we looked at this, we would have distance. It's not distance times speed, it's distance over speed. Okay, look at what we have. You covered up time, you've got distance on the top, and you've got speed on the bottom. You've got distance over speed. So it's not ds, it's d over s, or d divided by s. Okay? Right, so if we're not entirely sure, we'll do a couple of examples just to show you. So let me get my snip tool. So I'll put this into the chat. The only thing you need to remember here is really the formula and the triangle. Okay, you don't need to remember all the rearranged forms because you can just cover up what you want. Cover up what you want and learn how to use the triangle. You don't actually need to remember all of the stuff that I've written at the bottom, just the formula and the triangle. So we'll have a look at an example. Actually, let me just show you here. So I've got a little animation here. So we've got an example. So can you write the, well, I'll tell you what, write the example down and we'll work this out together. We'll do one example of calculating speed, one of distance, one of time. And then I've got a little forms quiz that you can start. Okay, so hopefully you managed to write it down. If we want speed, we're going to cover up speed. Now, if I cover up speed, I've got distance over time. So how am I going to work out the speed of the hiker in kilometers per hour? Yeah, we're going to do distance divided by time. So we plug the numbers in, we substitute them in. 10 divided by 5 is just 2. And don't forget the units, it's 5 kilometers per hour. Okay, I think everyone's happy with that. Okay. It's 2 kilometers per hour. So the way I've written the unit is km/h, or you could, by all means, do kmph, that's fine. Kilometers per hour, okay? So basically that means every hour, how many kilometers is he going on average? In 1 hour, how far would you expect him to walk? 2 kilometers, very good. So in 2 hours, we would expect him to go how many kilometers? 4. Okay, very good. Right, so hopefully that one's okay. So we've looked at working out a speed. Now keep this in mind. This is really important, actually. The way that we use the formula triangle, you cover up what you want, and then what you are left with is how we work out what we want, okay? So it's really important that you know that. So you might want to copy that. Well, you might want to copy that down or just keep that in mind. Maybe save the image and have a look at it later on. So I have got some mini whiteboard questions. Right, well, I think we'll have time. I think we can. I'll tell you what. I'll set up whiteboard V now, and then you can go on there. So do this now. So if you want to use the whiteboards for these, I will open up the class whiteboards. Right, I'm opening the room now. And right, if you want to use a whiteboard, you can go on whiteboard V. Well, I'll tell you, yeah, I think we'd probably prefer to do that. Yeah, so if you want to put the answer in the chat, you can. That's fine. You don't need to use the whiteboards if they're being a pain for you. Yeah, it is. The link is a little bit above you there, Sophia. So there we go. Okay, there we go. Right, if you want to use the whiteboard, you can. I'll give you a minute. So it takes Rob 9 seconds to run 45 meters. What is his speed in meters per second? So you can put them on the whiteboards now. Yeah, we've got the right idea. Just pay attention to those units. If he's running meters over a period of seconds, yeah, very good. Units, meters per second. Okay, so we should have 45 meters over 9 seconds is 5 meters per second. Okay, and that's what I can see from the whiteboards. Excellent. And whoever is called Z, can you put your actual name so I can read who you are? There we go. So we should have 9 meters per second. Right, what about this one? A man walks at a speed of 5 kilometers an hour for 2 hours. How far does he walk in this time? Now you might just be able to see the answer because it's the same as what we did 2 questions ago. But what letter or what word in the formula do we want to work out here? We want to work out distance, how far. Okay, it's important. I'm not always going to say distance. You want to work out how far. So we do distance, and if we cover up distance, we get, as Tom has done very nicely, we get speed times time. Or time times speed, it's the same. So we cover it up, we work out 5 kilometers an hour is the speed, times 2, we get 10 kilometers. Okay, don't forget the units. Okay, 10 kilometers. Right. So I'm sorry to rush you because I can see on the whiteboard it takes a bit of time to write things. So a car travels 20,000 meters in 30 minutes. So you can use a calculator for this one. Work out the speed of the car in kilometers per hour. I'll just give you a hint here. What would 20,000 meters be in kilometers? And what would 30 minutes be in hours? Okay, off you go. Have a go at this one. Because the units we wanted in are kilometers per hour. So we've got to change the distance to kilometers, the time to hours. Okay, so I can see that someone on the whiteboards has it. A couple of people do. Okay, so just remember here, speed is equal to distance over time. Now, 20,000 meters is equal to 20 kilometers. I divide by 1,000. And then the time is going to be 30 minutes, which in hours is, as someone said very well on the whiteboard, is 0.5 hours. So I need to do 20 kilometers over 0.5 hours. Now, if I divide by a half, I double. So that means I have 40 kilometers per hour. Okay, or you can do it on a calculator. Okay, so 40 kilometers an hour. We'll do one more working out time, and then I'll give you some to do on your own. Okay, so 40 kilometers an hour. So, okay, Tom, well, the thing is, also you changed it to miles. Wow, that's actually impressive. So I can see what I actually saw. What you did. I saw a 32, so I realized that you changed it to miles. Okay, so just always pay attention to the units that they wanted in. Okay. Right, we'll do one more question, then I'll give you some to do. Another example. So a man runs at a speed of 2 meters per second. He runs a distance of 1.5 kilometers. Now be really careful. Look at these units. The units have got to be the same. So if he runs 1.5 kilometers, you need to work out how many meters that's going to be. And when you get your answer, we want to work it out then in minutes. So you need to work. So, well, first of all, are we working out speed, distance, or time here? We're working out time. Thank you, Ella. So if we're working out time, think about how you get that from the formula triangle first. Oh, sorry. No. Yeah, so think about how you can get it from the formula triangle. And don't forget about the units. So have a go at this one. And while you're doing that, I will set the forms quiz that you can do. Okay, so we're going to work out time. We need to remember, let me just quickly look at the whiteboard. We need to remember to change the units. Okay, so for this one, right, first of all, 1.5 kilometers. How would I change that into meters? That's lovely. So we times by 1,000. So that means we have 1,500 meters. Now, if we want to work out the time, we need to do distance over speed. So we have 1,500 meters divided by 2 meters per second. Now, the meters will cancel out. We will have an answer in seconds. So we have 750. I have 1,500 seconds. How do I change seconds into minutes? Divide by 60. Excellent. So to change this into minutes, we do 750 divided by 60, and you can use a calculator. Thank you, Tom, as well. Excellent. Thank you. We can use a calculator. And if you want, just to show you, you can actually use the slash on your calculator. 750. You can do it like that, see? And it's the same. And you will get 12.5 minutes. So 12.5 minutes. There we go. Okay, so can you please raise your hand if you can see how we've done that calculation? So the main thing is that you've worked out that you've got to work out times. You cover up to t. You've got distance divided by speed. Okay, this one's really hard. Okay, this is harder than most of the ones that you'll have. Okay, right. So I think I've just assigned it now. It should appear. Should be there right now, actually. Yeah. Okay. Right. So for the questions now, rather than having to print them, I'd like you to go into Teams. So let me put it here. I'd like you to go into Teams. Actually, I can make a link to it. Actually, it'll be easier for you, to be honest. Yeah, but I'm going to link you to it. Actually, it'll be easier for you. Right, I'm going to put a link in the chat to the questions, and it'll be on forms, so you haven't got to print them this time. So this will take about 30 seconds. Maybe more than that if Microsoft has their way. Right, year 8. Speed, distance, time. Right, I'm about to put it into the chat. Right, so if you click on that link, and then you'll have to log in with your RM Unify, you'll be able to do the questions. Okay, so it should be in the chat now. Okay, so please begin the questions now. If you can't see it in the chat, you can also go into the team and you go down and it should be there. You can click on the assignments. Okay, so please make a start on those questions now, and then you've got the rest of the day to finish them as well. Okay, and don't forget the ratio homework for tomorrow. But I'll be here till 10. I'll be here all day if you want to message me at any point. Okay, so please make a start on these now. So you've got to, you click on the link, then you've got to log in, and it should appear for you like this, and you should be able to make a start on them. I have sent it out. But here we go. Questions. So you should have these questions. They start off really easy. I give you the formula, but they do get harder, okay, as they go on. Okay, so is everyone okay to make a start with these? If you're in the hub, you might have to go at 10 too. I know that, but everyone else, you can keep going till 10.